Hi, I'm Mike McCormick here at GBTA Broadcast Studio in Frankfurt, and I'm here with Peter Grover, Managing Director for Europe for TRIPBAM. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Mike.
So let's talk about TRIPBAM. And clearly at the core, you're monitoring hotel rates. You're really helping the customers better optimize how they spend their hotel dollars,
Yep.
right? What trends are you seeing here in the European market? What's happening here, and what should buyers be focused on in the marketplace today?
I think you brought up a couple of things. First of all, maybe it's easier if I say how TRIPBAM works, because
Right.
you're right. What we do, first of all, is you're coming to London in January, you've booked your hotel. What we'll do is we'll check the rates at that hotel every day to see if the rate for your stay goes down. If
Right.
it does, we'll grab that, send it to your TMC, say, look, great news, we've got Mike's room cheaper, would you like to secure it at this rate?
Right.
And what we're doing at the same time is looking to see if there's any other preferred hotels within the vicinity that are of the same grade or better.
Right.
And we're pricing those every day as well to
Right.
see if any of those are giving a better price. And if one of them is, we'll say, great news, Mike, would you like to move 100 yards down the road and we've either got you a better room or a better hotel or a lower price.
Right.
And you then have the choice of whether you take that or not. Then on an even wider level, we're also checking the rates of non-preferred hotels in the vicinity.
Right.
Not that we expect you to move there, but because you might want to consider that next year when you're renegotiating the
Right.
RFP, or you might just want to go to your existing hotel suppliers and say, listen guys, there's a
Yeah.
chap down the road who we're not currently working with, but he's making all the noises
Right.
that we think we should include. Now what that does is, back to your point, it gives us a huge amount of knowledge of the rates in each city, each location,
Right.
each grade of hotel, each brand, each chain, and we can use that to sort of inform the travel managers as to what's going on in the market. So your original question about is it different in Europe to the US, ostensibly no, but what it is, it's sort of very city-centric.
Right.
So you'll see similar behaviours in New York as you might do in London, as you might do in Frankfurt, which will be slightly different to the secondary cities like Cologne or
Right.
Dortmund or somewhere else. So
Right.
I think the trends are broadly similar, other than we have probably more independent properties here, which helps bring more colour to that map of offers and opportunities that we can bring you as well.
And
So-
generally, globally, a lot of healthier economies too, though,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of rate pressure in terms of rates going up, and business is good, so that's good, but also means harder to find those value maybe than in years past, correct?
You're right, at the moment,
Yeah.
European prices are still on the increase, despite what feels like a fairly suppressed economy. The rates are still going up.
Up.
So it's more important than ever to shop around and make sure you're getting the best deal in any city you're going and for every single stay. At
So-
least for your own peace of mind, if nothing else.
Right, right. So switching gears a bit for this audience, GBTA has had a global RFP standards for years for the hotel market, but there's always the question about the RFP and its value. Any thoughts on that? Is there a future that doesn't include a hotel RFP?
Well, you may not be surprised to know that TRIPBAM does think it's an antiquated process and one that's not really fit for purpose anymore. I'd hate
Right.
that process of every year sitting down and reviewing the previous year and renegotiating a long, lengthy process with a whole raft of hoteliers.
There's a whole industry that just is supporting that, right?
Which again, and partly I think is that because the corporate travel manager didn't have the analytics to make a decision sooner. Why wait till October to start talking to a hotelier about a rate anomaly in March?
Right.
But probably because you didn't know about it or it didn't surface and you didn't have that visibility. So I think the first thing we need to do is bring some transparency to the whole rate world and the options and the choices that you
Right.
have, and don't wait till October. If you see a rate anomaly on the Saturday, phone the hotelier on the Monday and get it changed.
Right.
So the RFP should sort of go away. I think don't change the hotels you work with necessarily,
Right.
but you have an evergreen contract that's in perpetuity unless either one of you breaks that contract voluntarily. And then you've got a contract with a good hotel provider, and it's a dynamic dialogue rather than a once-a-year dialogue.
Right.
So
So-
we're pretty clear on that.
So that maybe the standards for the information you need, the fields you need, that's still valid, but the way you do business is changing.
I think you don't wait till October to get them.
Exactly.
You have them every 24 hours a day, again with tools like ours, and there are others, but you can look You could go onto your diagnostic today and you'll see the rates you're paying by city, the rates you're paying by, and are they the ones you agreed back in September in the first place? Are they being honoured?
Right.
And if they're not, pick up the phone now. Don't wait to have some fist-banging, angry exchange when you've already wasted a year's performance. So.
Well, and maybe that plays into my last question, which for looking ahead to 2018, what should travel buyers be focused on? Sounds like a bit of it is maybe making sure that their processes are fitting with the times, right?
And I think the first thing they need to do is know what the size of the problem is, because I think, again, that's that opaque nature of the hotel procurement process at the moment, which is causing the issues. Until you know what you're dealing with, you don't know. You could have the best hotel program in the world, but you don't know it. You might have the worst, and you still don't know it. Until you've actually got some quantifiable numbers to say, this is how much our hotel program saved us, this is how much is still available to us compared with buying in the open market, how do we bring this number back over here, and then I had value in my own performance review to say, look, I saved another $2 million this year by enhancing the hotel program on an ongoing basis over where it was last September. So first thing I think is the visibility of the size of the problem. Second is sort of getting on top of it and dealing with it in real time.
Great insight. Peter, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And I'm Mike McCormick here at GBTA Broadcast Studio in Frankfurt.